Hey guys. Yeah, thanks a lot for having us. So let me get a bit of a feel for the room. Raise your hand if you like to travel. A lot of people like to travel. All right. Now raise your hand if you like standing in lines. We got one guy. All right. And that's a valuable characteristic. So that's generally how it goes. A lot of people like to travel. Not many people like standing in lines. And that really works out for us because we're trying to cut a whole bunch of lines out of travel. So as Alex mentioned, I'm Max, this is Ivan, and we've built Sherpa, the easiest way to apply for travel visas. So here we go. So this is the app. So what we found in our research is that it's really difficult to find good information about travel visas. Even once you find the right visa, it's difficult to apply. The process is completely different from country to country, and the embassies are really unforgiving if you have anything out of line. So what this does is every year costs people a lot of time and a lot of money standing in lines, whether it's at the airport or in the embassy. So we're signed in here. We're signed in as me. Actually, we're signed in as Ivan, and we're Canadian citizen. So this is for a couple of dozen countries, just a quick overview of everything that you need to enter the country, or of a basic overview of the visa that you need to enter the country. Let's say we're going to India for 2 months. We look at India, get a brief overview of everything inside of this visa, all the stuff that it allows you to do. And a 30-day visa just isn't going to work for me because I'm going for 2 months. Let's check out the next one, 180-day month. All right, so this one's going to work. So it gives you a basic overview, but it also breaks things down into common language from country to country, which is one of the things that's really missing if you're looking for a travel visa online. It says it's multi-entry. If you click on that, it gives you a brief overview of what that means. If you get out of there, processing time takes 7 days. It also shows you what you need to actually apply. This one requires you to actually send in your passport, which we help with as well. And let's see how that looks. Let's get this visa. So August 11th. Great. So I've already applied for a visa through the application. So it's really easy for me to just go through and make sure that all this stuff is still correct instead of filling out the same stuff over and over and over again. Put in some payment information, which, yeah, we've got test info. Good. And once we've filled out our payment info, we see exactly what we're getting across a few different pieces of data. And when we confirm this, we're done half of our application right there. So that takes a lot of time out of just filling out the forms. And then beyond that, we got this to tell us that we're actually going to get a package in the mail so that we can send in our passport to get the visa done in the embassy. So while we're waiting, we can go in and see the process that your passport will actually go through as you get the application, which is another thing that you really don't have visibility into now. And after a couple days, I get my envelope in the mail, and I drop in my passport, and I send it off. It's his problem now. I'm over here having beer and pizza with you guys, while usually I'd be standing in line at the embassy. I can see in here the actual steps it's going through. I can see when it's been, whether it's been granted, what the instructions are for any additional pieces that I need to do. And then I get it a couple days later, well, 7 days later in this case. But I open it up, and like magic, where is it? I have an Indian visa. So it's so easy. It's so easy. You can do it with the mic in your hand. So yeah. And you've got all. And since the stamp on that actual passport doesn't tell you much, we'll actually give you details on what that visa allows you to do and what additional requirements you have to actually cross the border. So yeah, that's the easiest way to apply for a travel visa. Check us out on our website. Before the end of July, we're going to have coverage for 150 destinations for tourist visas and some business visas, and hopefully by the end of the year, work permits. Yeah, thanks a lot for having us. Any questions? All right, don't ask me the business model.
Oh, Well, I was gonna say, how do you keep up with the maintenance of all the data? Because I'm presuming countries update their visa regulations almost maybe like on a quarterly, monthly basis and whatnot. But never mind.
Yeah. So like that's the short answer. Best way to do it is just brute force, keep on asking, and we work with a great database company that does that.
Okay,
Thanks.
good. Thank you.
As somebody that travels a lot, I know for a fact that getting visas to certain countries, especially for longer periods of time, can take up to 6 months.
Yeah.
Would sending the passport through you lengthen that amount of time, or how would it be streamlined?
Well, it really depends on the visa. Like, we can show you the whole process that it's going to go through and streamline it so that you're not actually going in and filling out all the forms. You just schedule your meeting, you do all that stuff. So, like, honestly, I can't tell you that it's always going to be shorter, but it is always going to be easier, and that will make it a really simple process. Thank you.
Hi, right here. Okay, so your passport's obviously one of the most important documents that a person can have. So how do you build consumer trust for someone to want to send their passport over to your company?
Yeah, so we felt really sketchy at first actually handling passports. So we partnered with a company called Visa HQ, who's innovating on the actual application side. So they do an amazing job of the services, and we're really happy to have them as a partner. One more.
I have a question here. Is this acceptable for any resident of any country, or is it specifically for certain countries? Like, if I'm here, I'll see all the ones that I can get that I have to do from here. But if I'm like from Taiwan.
Where are you from?
Well, Jamaica.
Jamaica?
No.
We're expanding to 7 citizenships. It is in the next major release, but hopefully soon.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.